think it's on. Welcome in, everybody. I'm gonna try to do this without. Um. Okay. I'm trying to find out. I wanted to get another file before I started, and I forgot to do it. But I'm here now, so I hope everybody's doing good. I know it's a Friday, and it's amazing that we made it to the end of the week. What's the temperature of the day? It is 35. Oh my gosh. Why did I think it was warmer? I don't know why. I thought it was like 50 outside, maybe 60. Ugh. But I wanted to play a couple of things. Let me see if I can finish setting that up. I wonder if you could hear me. Let's start with that. Okay. Hold please. Let's see. Can you hear me? Let me see. Hi, guys. I am trying to just make sure you can hear me. 0. Oh my gosh, baby. I haven't seen you in so long. Happy FriYay. I sound horrible. My allergies are like this. Well, I was talking, wasn't it you or was it Bernadette? I was talking to you guys. I went to Texas Monday, and I went to see my mom, and I came back on Wednesday. And Texas always does this to me when we live there. It was just so, I don't even know how to describe it. So they say when you're in Texas, you got to get the honey when you're there, and you got to drink it once a day to get yourself like not not like this. But the thing is normally I can just take my what's it called? Normally I can just take my um migraine pills, and it takes the pressure off of my head. Oh, I'm glad you're doing better with all of your procedure. I don't want to get to everything, but yes, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm you know what I found out at our age? It's just we have to count our blessings when we have good days. And for the most part, what I was saying is that I take my Excedrin migraine, and normally it does whatever I need it to do. It takes off the pressure, but this time, okay, listen. I got there on Monday. We had a slight delay, but I got there on Monday about 1 o'clock. Then on the way to my mom's house, she's like, "Hey, let's grab some lunch." And I said, "Oh, okay." Well, I wasn't really feeling good, but yeah, whatever you feel like doing, mom. And I'm blessed. I don't want it ever to sound like I'm not grateful that I'm able to visit my mom. So we stopped to get I think we just got I think I got a chicken salad or something. Well, I ate about 3 or 4 bites, and then I said I think I'll just take it home and eat it later at my mom's house. And it's just my mom and my mom's boyfriend. My dad passed away when he was 52 years old, and my mom lives there. And I went and laid down, and I didn't wake up until 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that was a long time. Well, but I had gotten on the plane. So I just summed it up as I got up early. So then I was congested, and I said, Mom, it's okay. I'm just going to take some allergy pills and I'll lay down again. And so then I got up on Tuesday, and I went to go see my brother and my niece. And I used to live in Texas. And after my dad passed away, my mom moved back to where her sisters are in Austin. And my brother, because he's mama's boy, and it's okay because I have a son who's a mama's boy. And my brother went over there. And I don't know, some of you guys know the story, but then Joe came home, and I missed, Destiny was gone to away to college. Drew was already moved out of the house, and my mom and my brother had left. And my husband is so amazing. He just walked in the door probably for about 2 months. And I was just bummed. I wouldn't say sad. I was just kind of like, if you know me, I'm usually really bubbly 99% of the time. Like, even at 5 in the morning, 5 at night, 12 at night, I'm usually pretty excited about life. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm grateful. Um, and Joe just came in the door and he goes, "Babe, do you want to go to Texas with your mom and your brother?" And I was like, "Ah, yes, I do." And he says, "All right, help me sell let's help me get the house ready to sell." Like, we had to paint the shutters. There's things that we had to do. And I said, "Oh my gosh, stop it." So we packed, it probably took us about 3 months to get, we put a new roof on it and just things that we knew we needed to do in order to sell the house so we could get the best for what you know what I mean? And so we went down to Texas for about 2 or 3 months. And then we just started traveling for 2 or 3 years and da 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 da. Destiny, we'd go visit Destiny in Arizona, and we'd stay in Arizona for like 3 weeks at the oh, my favorite was the um oh my gosh, if Liz was in here right now. The AC Biltmore was my favorite one. I know some of you guys know where Biltmore. Phoenix, Arizona has a nice little area, and we'd go to the Biltmore all the time. Those hotels and just relaxing. And but then when so we kind of traveled around the country. You know what I mean? Like, we felt like eating hot wings, so we'd go out to Buffalo, New York, and we'd have buffalo hot wings, and we would go to New Orleans and have beignets, and Georgia, and we traveled everywhere. We had blue crab in Florida. Like, truly blessed. I don't ever, never, you will never hear me complain about it. But it was just it was a blessing to be able to do that after our kids were grown. We raised 2 kids. They went away to college. And Joe and I were empty nesters, and we kind of traveled and did our thing. Okay, I said all that to say this. My daughter didn't decide to come home. She decided to go off to Hungary and get her master's degree, which um, I didn't really notice it because my mom and my brother were in Texas and my daughter went to Budapest. Long story short, my son had a baby here in Michigan, and it caused us to move back to Michigan. Aren't you in the Midwest? I almost called you by your first name. Sorry, Zero. I apologize. I thought about it, and then I was like, wait a minute. I almost said the wrong name. But so now when I go to Texas, I mean, my allergies are not this bad when I'm living in Michigan. This is only because I was in Texas for 3 days, and I came back, and Joe had to go do some stuff in town, and he's like, "Do you want to come?" And I'm like, "Babe, I can barely move." See, so that's not the Midwest, because my daughter has her roommate that she has now is. I think we talked about the leaves. I think that's what it was. Is we talked about the leaves and the color and all that. Her friend's from Jersey, and I go, "Well, isn't that the Midwest? Like, we eat ranch like it's going out of style. We eat it with our pizza. We eat it with our sandwiches. We eat ranch with everything, like everything. I make homemade ranch, but we dip our pizza in it. We dip sandwiches in it." And I said, does your roommate?" She's like, "No, she's from Jersey." She's like, or maybe yeah, she's from Jersey. Anyways, a long story. Chingao. I'm sorry, Zero. But she says no. I mean, we have the same seasons, but the Midwest is more in the center. She's more of an East Coast. That's what she said, is where she's considered East Coast, not the Midwest. So, anyways, I said all that to say the reason I'm sick right now is because I went down to Texas, but then I saw you say PA, so then it reminded me of Destiny's roommate. But yesterday was my daughter's. Oh my God, you want to hear how old I am? Everybody hold their breath. I probably look rough, but I don't mind showing you what I look like because I'm very blessed to be here today. I never take for granted anything. I know that the Lord has me here. So I'm truly grateful. I don't know how to turn on my camera. Okay. Hi, guys. So I know that I don't look like a 20-year-old, but I'm so grateful. Like, um, like my dad would give anything to be here at 53. I'm 53 years old. And my dad would give anything to be here at 53 years old. And and living his life with, my mom and my cousins and my kids, all the kids. So I'm never like embarrassed of what I look like. I'm never. I think that's why I don't complain about what I look like or what I'm lacking, because I may not be a size 5, but I feel like what you have inside of you is more important than what your outside is like. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to have a heart to love people is greater than having a mansion, a $10 million mansion, and 5 cars you can choose to drive. You know what I mean? Like, those materialistic things are. Oh, thank you so much, Zero. Those things are nice to have, and you're rich in having those things, but those things, they come short when you're looking for someone to just laugh with. They come short when you're looking for someone to just talk about the good old, like, I love reminiscing about nostalgic stuff. I said all that because I was leading up to, guess how old my daughter turned. My baby, you guys, my baby. Calm down, man. My baby turned 28 yesterday. That's literally, I'm telling you, like, I think I when Joe was driving me to the airport on Monday, I was thinking about it, and I'm so grateful. I don't want to sound like I'm not, but I just looked at my husband, and it was like 5 in the morning because I got to catch a plane, and I looked out the window and I said, he said something like, "You seem so quiet," and I said, "Well, I get a little nervous when I'm going to fly," and he's like, "Oh, okay," and then I said, it makes me sad because I knew Dusty's birthday was coming up. You know what I mean? On Monday when I was getting ready to fly, I was thinking about this week coming up and how much look at, I got gray hair. I know a lot of people think I'm Polynesian or have some kind of I have ancestries that are Aztec Indian. So I that's why I resemble some features of Native American, because I do have my ancestors, but my mom and dad are Hispanic or Mexican. Um, what was I going to say? So Joe said, "You seem so quiet." Hey, Rachel, I was saying hi to you this morning when I think you were in Clues. I only went in for like 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, hold on one second. Uh-oh, hold on. Um, Give me a second. I'm blind. Hold on one moment. Okay. Do um oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Zero. You have a grandson that's gonna be 18. I'm so jealous. I can't wait for my baby to be, I mean, he's 3. He's 3 years old. And okay, you're gonna hear the story. This is what happened to me. Real life. My little baby. Okay. So what happened was I was showing my grandson. I said, "Do you like this sprunky or this one?" And I said, "I was going to get you like the brown and white, no, black and white sprunky or this blue and brown one." And I went like this. I My thumb went on it by accident. See, this is sprunky. This is sprunky. They're like little people. Like, they look like that. See them? Oops. That's them right there. See them? But they make them in plush and stickers and all that stuff. Oh, it's okay, Rachie. I don't care, honey. I mean, I do care, but I mean, I don't. Girl, we good. Um, but I was gonna do something while I'm here. Um, so what I was gonna tell you guys is this. Um, I was showing my grandson. I was like, "Look at, honey." Hold on one second. Oh, by the way, I mean, just know, you guys, when you guys, I usually unless I don't, if trolls come in, I usually just ignore them. Don't worry about it. Usually when I move somebody and I give you guys any blue dress, it's only so that way it's usually my friends or people that I've known for a while. Like I've known Rachie for like the channel, the length of my channel. But for the most part, I think I only have three courtesy creator wrenches, but it's mainly just for me to see like my I don't know how to describe, like people that I trust. You know what I mean? And that's why I was surprised that I didn't have one for you for zero. And I don't know if I took them off or what it was. Did you ever have one zero? But I don't expect you guys to do anything. That's what I came to mainly say is I don't expect you guys to do anything. I ignore the trolls most of the time. They usually they don't bother me. I just ignore them. I'm from the drama community, so I'm used to ignoring the trolls and the things the trolls say and all that. I do it more for me, so that way, from my eyesight, I can go, "Oh, it's Rachel. Oh, sweet," and then, "Oh, it's zero." You know what I mean? But don't feel like, "Oh, I have to drop links." I mean, I have my links, and I would love people to member up, and I would love people to, you know what I mean? Like when we're cooking and stuff, I love when people do that and bless us. But I want my mods to mainly be here, like we're visiting, like we're all hanging around the living room and we're just talking. But don't feel like, oh my gosh, I've never modded. What do I do? Don't worry. It's mainly so like my Thea would come in. My mom and my Thea say something like, "Oh, I can't stand green bean casserole when I'm making it," or something like that. But that's because that's my mom and that's my Thea. And I wouldn't want one of my mods, like Berkey's been here forever. Berkey is on vacation, you guys. Berkey's been on vacation for like 2 or 3 months. I'm so proud of her. Um, but anyways, I do it so that way you guys like that nobody blocks my mom for saying I can't stand green bean casserole, but that's just my mom. Or my Thea saying, "Oh, I can't why don't you make something that's easier to make?" Like that's just my Thea. She's just kind of splurts off what's ever on her mind. And I don't want my mom or my Thea to get blocked. So that's why I give my mom and my Thea wrenches so that they can, just be my mom and my Thea. They're like 70 and 80 years old. They come in because my Thea misses us and she wants to visit with us. I gotta see what you're saying, baby. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm doing better. If you okay, my son's going to. Oh my god, that just amazes me. This just makes me so excited that I can't wait for my grandson to be 18. Like he's 3. But so let me finish telling you the story I was going to tell you guys about my little grandson. Okay. Yes, zero. We were over there with MGL. She's crazy. Crazy. I know. Some people are like, I can't believe how bad the trauma community is, and I'm like, yeah. Well, I originally came from MGL, and I was a mod for her. And then one night, somebody just, well, we were always told like she didn't like us going over to Queen Bee's. And so then one time we were like, I wonder what it's like. So me and 3 girls were like, and I was just brand new when Vaughn and Dre McCrae were on here. And then thank you so much for being here and being a member of I call you La Familia for the last 4 months. I appreciate it. Um, so um I'm just like, well, I would listen to Queen Bee and Molly, this is what we called her, Marissa, would found out, and she was just like, I told you, I don't want you listening to that lady. She does nothing but lie on us. And so then I would, she was talking about um, Marissa, and I don't even know what her husband's name was. And then I started thinking, like, this lady, well, she was really made me laugh a lot. Queen Bee did. And then I heard her talking about, that Marissa's husband was like worked for the government and all this stuff, and that's just Marissa. She just inflates herself up. Long story short, it made me actually being watching Queen Bee actually gave me like I don't even know how the word like she gave me enough courage to just be like I'm because I told her that I didn't know. It was at Christmas time. I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to be a Patreon. Patreon was $50 and it came with a wrench, but we did it more so we could get like life coaching and talk to her and stuff like that. And I had told her I didn't know if I was going to be able to afford it during Christmas because we were really, 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 we were just not very comfortable. And so I have a son and a daughter, and we gave them a $25 gift card for each one of them. And I had told her I didn't know if I was going to be able to afford Patreon that month. And I had told her because I was going to give my kids each, their Christmas present was a $25 gift card. And she was just like, well, I just think that's ridiculous. Basically, she was saying that, that I should have things better planned if having a membership for Patreon is that much. And just kind of obviously I felt worse as it is that I had to ask for, like, I can't afford to pay for my Patreon this month. But she said, it's okay. Just, make sure you get back on in January. Well, during that time to January, oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you for being a member for the last 27 months, 26. Yeah. Rachel's been with me forever. So then that's when I started listening to Queen Bee, and I was like she gave me just the strength to like tell Marissa she was she was zero. She was mean. I mean, like, she was just not nice. And that's when my daughter, she listened to it and she goes, Mom, I can't believe you listened to this person. And I go, why? But I always when I was modding, I put the volume down and I would just watch to see if anybody's fighting in the chat. I would watch to see, sometimes people's handles were like, MGL sucks big, blah, 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 blah. Or Marissa is a blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't even pay attention to what she was saying. I had the volume down. So then my daughter goes, I can't believe that you fought. Like, that's just not you. Like, the way she talks is so not you. She goes, you're like always thinking like, well, think, if her roommate at the time, she's like, Mom, I want to be so mad. My roommate ate my last 2 pieces of pizza. I woke up and it was gone. And I would say, Destiny, you have to, maybe he didn't know, or maybe he was really hungry. And you know what I mean? Do you think that was very nice that you got upset? Because imagine that was, you didn't need to upset that person. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to be called out for eating their pizza? And so she goes, you're always telling me to think about other people and think about other people's feelings. And if you've ever listened to who you're listening to, I can't believe you follow her. So then one time I didn't feel very good. So I didn't say hi to anybody in the chat. I just turned the volume on in my earbuds. And she wasn't very nice. And she was, it was right during the Idaho 4. And she was saying, stuff about Dylan. And it made me feel really bad. I was crying, actually. And then I started thinking, like, I can't, not only did I not want to mod for this person, but I didn't even want to like visit this channel. Like, she made my heart so sad, the things she was saying about Dylan. And then, so that's why my daughter goes, it's just not like you. That's not like anything like who you support, how you talk, nothing. So fast forward, I ventured out and I went over to Queen Bee's and I was just so grateful. And then I apologized. I just went in there and I said, I'm really sorry for everything I've said, anything you guys have done when you've come to the channel over to MGL's. And me and Blank Screen would go round and round because I was one of the mods and he would come in and then what's her name? Science Girl. I went in and apologized to Alicia. I went and apologized to Science Girl. I went and apologized to I apologized to everybody because we would kind of troll on behalf of MGL. You know what I mean? And it was just so I don't even know how to describe it. I felt embarrassed. It's like the morning after amplified. Like I was gross and dirty and I had to go and show my face. And so I was just, unless you know, unless you've been a mod for MGL, then you know. It's kind of just like I can't believe I did it. I'm grateful that I'm not there, but it was very much embarrassing. Um but anyways, I said all that to say I Heels in the Air gave me a little bit of a hard time when I first came, and then we emailed, and I ended up being a mod for Heels in the Air, and we really liked each other a lot, and but I came over from drama. And then I left MGL, and then I came over to Krama, and the Krama is just so. I love true crime. I just didn't know it was this messy. You know what I mean? Um, let's see. She was happy to have you with us. Oh, thank you, Rachie, for being so sweet, Mama. She was a big bully. That's a good word to describe her. After I left MGL, I went to Queens, and then I started running for Stoned. Who's Stoned? I think I saw Pandora, Mel Pandora. Because I used to mod for Wispy, and then um there was a person from the drama community that would go over to Wispies, and I don't even want to put any names to the couple of people that were there. More like of a troll account ish, um, but that's how I saw Pandora or Mel Pandora or something like that, and then everything went crazy with what's her name, the one that did Queen Bee wrong. What is her name? Gina. When Gina, that's Gina had just left Molly too at the same time. Except for she was really she didn't I don't know. I don't I didn't intend to be in the drama community. I followed somebody who made me laugh because I ended up seeing her on the everything MGL, or not her true crime side. I was on the other side because she made me laugh. Then the mod started talking about how the Dre McCrae. So then I went to watch her on that side. I kind of didn't know there was a community. I mainly watched her because she was doing, I think, a fundraiser or something, and she was acting crazy. She was dancing, she was playing music, and I thought it was really a lot of fun. And then when I saw her doing the Dre McCrae, I was already a mod by then. And so it basically was very fast. You know, 1 minute we're talking about um, Dre McCrae and I watched her on Facebook. So she did Wacky Wednesday and Foodie Friday. So when she was doing it, I felt kind of like it had come full circle. Here I am modding for somebody who's actually doing um a news coverage of what happened to Dre's husband. So it was just like you said, I didn't even see the bully and the nastiness of her until I'm modding for her. Now I'm defending what she's doing. And I'm like, well, is this true? Like, did something really happen to the husband? And then before that happened, it went right into the Idaho 4. And that's when my daughter said, Mom, you need to just not do anything and just listen. And then I said, I'm out of here. So, long story short, is really like the walk of shame. I'm grateful for the life I've walked. I have great friends in the drama community that I still talk to this day. I actually was a mod for an IRL that some of you I'm sure know, Ski Mask, that one of his mods and I became really good friends, and we're off the channel or off YouTube. We're real life friends. Like, she invited me to her wedding, and it's just so weird. I mean, I know a lot of people say that this is the internet, don't give anybody information, and I totally agree with that. But me and Liz have been friends for 4.5 years. Liz started over zero. Liz was over there with us. Liz Lee and Queen, Queen K. I don't even know if you know her, but Liz was over with us over at MGL's. Do you remember her? Let's see. While eating on a live, she was. I know, girl. She always ate on every single live, and that's the part that I couldn't stand. The materialistic. That's where she actually did a live because I said but I had lost my brother and my dad already by now. And I said, life isn't all about money. And she literally made a live telling, you're the platform idiot. Only somebody stupid says something about life isn't about materialistic things. You obviously have never. No, I have. I have nice stuff. I have some Michael Kors luggage. I have very nice, an LV set that I don't even use. Not worth the money because guess what? When the vid happened, didn't travel, couldn't use any of my stuff. I spent all this money on, I mean, like, who spends $60 on tights? Like nylon tights. Like, it just stupid. It was stupid. And that's when, and after the vid happened, is why I said, life isn't all about money. I mean, at the end of the day, I would give all my stuff to have one more conversation with my dad. I would have, and her mom was sick at the time, and I actually helped her get the bed for her, or the chair for her mom, to be in the living room. And that's why I was kind of felt violated to a point where I was giving her all this heart to heart. Like, when my dad passed, I tried to do as much as I could for him, and blah 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 blah. Then within 1 month, mind you, I had paid for that month, she had gone ballistic on me. I literally paid her to do a dragging on me. It was so pathetic. But anyways, it was a life lesson, and I don't regret it. I made good friends, like you guys. Like I said, I made a friend with Liz. There is even I don't want to say her first name, but she's on my phone as her first name. I don't know what her handle used to be, but she left the platform. There's probably 3 or 4 people from Mali that I actually am real life text. How's it going? Does anybody know Penny? You guys probably don't know Penny. Penny Wrinkle. She's from the drama community, but there's a couple of them that we became friends from um, MGL. And as much as MGL wasn't a nice person, I made great, 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 great friends over there. Like, I mean, not like, hey, you know what I mean? But like good friends that I could consider chatting with. Um, if I saw in a chat room, we'd feel comfortable next to each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain. There's just good in people, I think, everywhere you go. And um, you either be the best friend you can in hopes of finding somebody else that has that same agenda to be a good friend, or you end up like all those stuff that came out a couple months ago about certain people's names being different and they're not really who they are and all that. I feel like that just sets people more up. They build a higher wall because nobody wants to let anybody in anymore because of situations like that. Does that make sense? Mr. Crystal over YouTube. Have you really? Risto Cristo. I don't even know some of these people. You were not a mod for Ann Horn. Shut up. Zero, who are you? I did not see her first either for about 6 months. I was subbed to her. Rachel, isn't that crazy when you don't see it and then all of a sudden you see it? Then you can't unsee it. Pookie's here. Hi, Rachel. I thought that was your name. That's why I had to look for it. Hi, Pookie. Oh, and I just go between queens. Nonsense. I do remember her. Not this. I know. Anne was a good friend of mine. Was she really? And it's so funny because, um, like I mean, when I was in the drama, like some people know Vinny G. Well, some of us would go at late night, Vinny G, because he's from Australia. He would be putting on music and we'd go over there and we'd all listen to the music. And I feel like and Queen Bee's was friends with JJJ. And we kind of just from the drama community, some of us like Love Louie. She's from the drama community. Hell of Alive is over here now in the Krama community. Timed Out TBO is what we called her. Timed Out by owner. And then Crazy Michelle Sabate was in freaking Queens Live the other day. I do a lot more watching up in the bushes. Um, I like I stay. It's hard to explain. I feel like I got burned a couple times on the platform that it makes me really hesitant to open up because friends. I'm a very loyal person, and for me, unfortunately, not everybody has that same ride or die. I'll go to the grave, and that's just the only way. That's the only way I know how to be a friend. I don't know how to be a partial friend, and it ends up biting me. You know what I mean? Like I won't change that. So in order for me to not go neck deep in a friendship, I just can't be friends. And so like the girlfriends that I talk to now are very few off, me and Bernadette email back and forth, but more like, how are you doing? How have you been? She checks on me because Joe's dad passed away. Liz and I are very good friends. Rachel is, I don't think I've ever emailed with Rachel, but I feel like Rachel's, I mean, I would email with Rachel, but I feel like Rachel is very much like she's always here. I don't even know. Between Rachel and Pookie, they are always either in my live or they come in and they'll leave a comment that just says, "Hey, just checking on you." I talked to Zero offline. I oh, Happy Feet's here. Happy Feet, when did you get here? You're okay, baby. Just go mod. Don't you worry a bit. Thank you so much for coming and checking. I know, Crazy Michelle Zero. I was shocked. I mean, honestly, when I saw, if you're from the drama community, you know who Sabate is. We had a nickname for her over there. We called her the demon. She made BJ look like a saint because BJ is just like BJ's. It makes what she does is more upsetting to me. What Sabate used to do was more vile. She would say something like, "I hope your daughter gets graped," something like something horrible. What BJ does is just she makes people not trust. You know what I mean? Like, and then she says that she's a Christian, and that's so upsetting to me. That there's so many people that are hungry and eager to know who the Lord is, and then we have somebody who's presenting themselves as. So then, like, let's say I had never been to church, never been anywhere, but my mom or my marriage is failing and struggling right now. And I'm flipping through the channels and I hear this person sounding like she's a believer and there's this hope and this godliness, and you too could have hope. That sounds amazing. So then I start listening. But then the longer I'm there, I realize this person's really just vile. And honestly, I had a video that I had of just it's just I had chose when I had gotten my laptop, it was like I'm gonna review her because I feel like she does a disservice for people who are wanting to know who he is. It is a personal and private matter between each individual person to have their own walk. Like my marriage, we've been together for 22 years. It's only by the grace of God. It's only because we have put the Lord in the front of our marriage and we have not wavered. We have never, Joe would never speak to me ever the way Craig talks to her. Not only because that's not who he is, but I would never, ever, I don't care if he just decided to start doing it, I wouldn't stay. I mean, there's just no way because I respect myself too much. You know what I mean? And that's the part that there are people that watch, and I just don't understand how there's people in their audience that say, yes, Zero, she is like Craig. And she validates it because she was drinking and she's drinking and she on live with everybody watching. She would sit there and drink while she's driving. And she is very vile, very, very, very vile. But I said, we saved up so long for my laptop. I had wanted to do I wanted to do a reviewing BJ because I wanted to bring like counter what she presented as godly or Christian, and I wanted it to be not attacking her. I don't want to drag her. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I want to highlight how when you have the love of the Lord, you don't seek to mock and make fun of people. You just don't. You don't. There was a Bombshell used to drag me all the time. Bombshell used to say horrible things like about me and Joe, and she said I had Joe stuck under my fupa. Never reacted to it because how can I be a light to who the Lord is if I'm going to sit there and do what BJ does? That's what I don't understand is let's just pretend that BJ is this Christian lady and I'm watching her. How am I godly and watching her and going, yeah, I've seen the ladies at church talk just like BJ. I've seen, yeah, the men at church. Oh, yeah, the pastor talks just like a Craig. I mean, really, what people watch that are in her subs or in the audience or in the chat and think for themselves that they're speaking or behaving like godly people or Christian. And I know a lot of people say, come on, we all know that they're not. No, really. You and I may know it, but there's people that say she only speaks like that because she's being attacked. Really? I don't remember anywhere in the Bible that the Lord spoke like that. And he got persecuted, yelled at, treated like garbage. And I've never heard him ever talk like that. Ever. Yes, Zero. An atheist is more. And you know what? I don't have a problem with any. I know people that are Wicca. I know people that are atheists. It's not even. It's whatever you believe in to who you give your power to, or who you pray to, or um, who you give your preference. You know, some people just say the earth is their God. But for somebody to, that's what made me do it. Since last September, I've been saving for my laptop. And it took me about 8 months till I finally got my laptop and I got it. And I just, when it was time, I was ready to do a live and I was going to just really, go in on everything that is a disgrace. But I prayed about it. And the Lord said that that wasn't what I need to do, that I needed to be who I am, and that they would see the difference in a godly person and in someone who just says they're Christian. And I really wanted to. I really wanted to just show and show the parts of him that were so detrimentally bad. Talking to your kids about the devil's after you, talking to people saying you're doing it wrong. I have never seen, and this is I'm 53 years old. I made my first communion. If anybody knows anything about the Catholic Church, I'm not Catholic anymore, but you make it when you're 8 years old. I have never in 48 years ever seen anybody as vile, disrespectful, and as evil. And I mean, there's a lot of hypocritical people. I know that people think that about churches. There are a lot of hypocritical people. I've never seen people that all they do is judge people's appearances. All they do is talk about they're better. All they do is talk about how everybody wants to be them. You're jealous of us. Give us more money. I mean, literally, and that's what I don't understand is the subs that go in there and watch. Let's pretend that BJ and Craig in their head think that they're godly and Christians and all that. And in their head, their behavior is valid, which it's not. Never, 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 never is it okay to tell Nana that her prayers that people were giving her were not genuine, to tell Nana that her prayers were not meant wholeheartedly, to tell Nana that those people weren't really praying for you with the right intention. Who are you? Who are you, BJ? To tell Nana that. If you could hear Nana's voice in that live stream where she had so much hope that day, she said, well, I mean, it made me feel really good to hear that they were praying for her husband. And all she did was sit there and, mind you, this is a Christian woman, which we as Christian women or godly people are here to give an extension of who he is, be an example to who he is. So we show them what the Lord is, the hope, the strength, the hope, the comfort, the shield, there's so many things that we are supposed to be an extension to what the kingdom or the king, what we're supposed to do. And here's a lady who needs prayer, needs strength, needs comfort, is asking for all those things. And the Christian one on the panel comes in there just to steal her joy and her hope and her strength. I mean, for that day, she felt like she had won the lotto. There's complete strangers praying for my husband. I mean, I can't tell you, when my dad was diagnosed, if a stranger in the store told me that they were praying for my dad, I mean, it would have brought me to my knees, simply because there's one more person pounding on heaven's door for my dad. And here she had 500 people that were in Nonsense's chat that were praying for her husband. And BJ came in there and said, nah, they weren't real. Nah, they didn't mean it. Who are you? What person goes to sleep at night, puts their head on a pillow, and feels good about themselves, snatching that hope from Nana? Who are you to tell her what all these people in that chat were feeling, to know that they were not meant with good intention? Never would have known that was a Christian lady. Never. When you saw Cletus put his hand on Clue, didn't make you feel like, hey, you know what? At least he loves her. I mean, make fun of whatever, but you guys, I got to give her credit. She's helping search for a child. No, first she had to make fun of what she looked like, but that's the Christian. Then she had to make fun of him touching her. What Christian people make fun of people showing love to each other? That's the thing, is it's not just that she's a bad example for the Christian, but if you have a panel of 7 people, you would think that the one that's offering hope, and maybe he really does love her. Look, he's holding her. Maybe he really does. They do love each other. They're showing each other affection. They're showing something that's more than people see all the time. Couples fighting online, or people getting short with each other, not even boyfriend and girlfriend, but just couple. I mean, look at Shani and Rev. God, you see people acting crazy, but you see a couple acting decent with each other, and you would rather, the Christian would rather look at it in a damning way versus in a beautiful way. Sorry. That made me so mad too. Honestly, I literally, I cried that night. That was, if you guys could look at what month that was, I thought it was in September. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's when I had said, I'm saving every penny, every dollar. I'm not getting my soda. I saved and saved and saved and saved, because that was the live stream that I had decided that I was going to make my own, because usually I cook all the time. And it was that live stream that I said to myself, nope, I'm going to start reviewing her. But then I got closer to it, and the Lord laid on my heart that I wasn't to do, because I don't feel good when I drag somebody. That's why I didn't do it to Bombshell. I mean, I could have gone at her nasty and told her things about herself. I could have said nasty stuff. If you're from the drama community, you know who Bombshell is. I was with MGL, I was with Flava. There's people that I was with that were always going back and forth with her. So it wasn't even that she didn't like me. She doxed me. She doxed my daughter, and she doxed me and Joe before we had our channel. It was when I was just a mod. So I could have done a live and just, I don't have a, I didn't want that, because it's not who I am. Me personally, telling somebody about themselves doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel sad if I'm going to call out flaws in you. If I'm going to sit there and tell you how despicable you are, that's just not who I am. I was at one time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was that girl that bumped into me at the bar, and I would fight you in the bar, in the bathroom. I had no problem fighting anybody, because that's just who I was back then. I'm not the same person. Not only am I a 53-year-old lady now, but I had lived a different life in my 30s. I didn't think nothing of fighting when somebody was knocking on my bathroom door. Why? I don't know, because I felt disrespected. When someone knocked on the bathroom, I felt, then, I don't know. I have no answer. I was at the bar, they knocked on the bathroom door, and it pissed me off. And so I, that's what I used to do. I fought with men, fought with women, I mean, people pick up bar stools, and I got barred out of a lot of bars. And then I fell in love with the Lord, and the Lord reminded me what a blessing I was, and that I wanted to know how much more I could be of use. I guess that's the only way to describe it. I'm grateful for what he showed me. I'm grateful that he gave me. There were times I've shared with some of you guys, like I fell asleep on the park bench after we left, not even a park bench, but a bench outside of a bar. And he sat next to me and protected me until, for like 4 hours, I passed out right there on the bench, that anybody could have walked up next to me and raped me. I was trashed. And so many things. There's a list of things that, aside from getting me home safely, aside from me, there's so many things that I just saw who he was. And having kids, I wanted my kids to know that if I ever did anything and I passed away, that my kids had a relationship with somebody that would get them through my passing, whether it be 30, 50, or 70. I needed to know that my kids were going to have a one-on-one relationship, not for our pastor. And I was Catholic for a lot of years, and then I became apostolic. And then when I became apostolic, I would we were leaders at our church. I would give holiness studies. But for the holiness studies, I can't even, it was more for me. I enjoyed reading the Bible and knowing more about the word and what was meant in that chapter. Like, I wanted to know more. I wanted to know why. And then I realized that everybody's got their own story. And that's what I loved about it. I loved that everybody has their own story. And that's why it hurts me when I see BJ react the way she does, is because I never have seen people that are going, yeah, well, I'm not perfect. So what? I'm not perfect. I'm not. Yeah, you're not. Nobody's perfect. But that doesn't make it okay for you to make fun of people and tell how ugly they are and how pathetic they are. Like, the only thing she ever does is negative. If you guys just watch one stream, the only thing she says is negative comments. Negative about, oh, I'm not saying anything about looks. I'm just saying, oh my God, look at that mouth. And oh my God, look at that nose. Oh my God, look at that forehead. Oh my God. Always attacking people's looks. I mean, Chris and Katie, I don't care if you think she did it or not. You're supposed to be a Christian. How about just saying, guys, let's just pray for her. Can you imagine what she's going through? How devastating. It's been a year now. And instead, her 1-year anniversary was for her to sit there and laugh at her about how she looked like a lunch lady, how pathetic she looks, and how disgusting Katie looks like. I mean, all she does is attack people, whether it be Chris, Katie. There's not anybody that she doesn't attack. When she sees somebody, she goes, "Oh, Zero, it's so good to have you. I love your picture. Oh my God, I love it. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh my gosh, is that your cat? Oh my God, I love it." Then when you leave, I can't stand her. Did you look at that look on her? Look at that. It's like, so basically you give, and think of it like this, you guys. If somebody, let's just say I don't go out much and I don't have many friends, and the only channel that I go to, because there's other ones, but this one tells me how pretty I am, how I look so beautiful, and oh my gosh, I love your name. It's so nice. Oh my God, I love how you spell it. I'm going to love this lady. I'm going to think you're the greatest thing from chopped liver. Not only did you tell me how pretty I was, you said my cat was so cute. Oh my God. And then you said the name of my spelling of my name is so interesting. Tell me how and why I would ever leave you. I don't care if everybody says that you are the Satan himself. You have me feeling like I'm your best friend and that I'm beautiful. And maybe nobody has told them how beautiful they are. Maybe nobody has given that person a reassurance that they are beautiful. And you don't need somebody online to look at a picture and tell you, you yourself know you're beautiful. That's unfortunately what I feel like she does, is take advantage of people that may not be they may be socially awkward, or they may not go out that much. So the people that are getting all this praise and gooey and lovey-dovey, and you're so amazing, thank you so much, and oh my gosh, do you make those are so beautiful, oh my gosh, how do you do that, oh, you're so talented. What that does is let that person get more and more dependent on that creator telling them such beautiful things about them. Whether they're true or not doesn't matter. Who else has told me that? My kids don't visit me. My neighbors don't talk to me. I don't talk to anybody outside of this one person. So she may be nasty, but God, they're nasty to her, or she wouldn't be like that. That's not true. Those people don't want to believe that BJ is nasty. They have to tell themselves that she's only doing it because they're attacking her. Because if they admit to themselves that BJ is being a vile, nasty person, then they'd have to admit that they sat here and watched this person who is nasty and vile to everybody. I mean, let me say it like this. You shouldn't have to tell anybody you're a Christian. You shouldn't have to tell one person you're a Christian. They should know it by the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, when everybody's attacking Clue and Cletus. Did she stop and go, well, you guys, you know what? They look like they're in love. I don't know about how she does other things, but at least he looks like he loves her. Is she the one giving hope in the situation, or is she the one laughing and telling them? Because you'll even hear her say, come on, you guys, come on. She wants y'all to join in making fun of them. That's the part that makes me so sad, is that she should be the one leading the positive versus leading the nastiness. I want to play something for you guys, and you just tell me. Okay, I'm going to play something, but I know everybody has seen it, so please bear with me. I know everybody has seen it, but I want to say something.
My fucking name out of your goddamn mouth!
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sick and tired of this shit!
Keep in mind, reality is the one who always says Let's be the change we want to see. Okay. Separate from that, keep in mind, this is supposedly the breadwinner's home who knows they're going to have a child, and you don't want to lose your income on this channel, but you're willing to give somebody who's got such hate-driven message a platform on your platform, on your microphone. You're willing to lose. But aside from that, imagine you telling a good girlfriend or watching your good girlfriend having a very, very, I don't know, I don't want to say crack, but having a very, very serious emotional breakdown. And the only thing you can do as a good friend to her is catch some Z's.
I'm
They
not
do.
Dark Horse, and I'm not anybody else. I'm Reality Wins. That's all who I am. And I come up here and I support Brittany. Fuck off.
Also, reality.
I mean, is it that hard for her to say, well, Reality, let's try to be positive about this? And maybe some people don't know. Like, you should be able to see a difference in the behavior from Reality, who's supposedly not a Christian, or maybe she is. But the problem is that BJ leads with that she likes people. They're attacking our religion. They're attacking our relationship. They're attacking our God. No, it's that you grift with your God. You use that so that way you can get those older Southern women to think that you're just sweet Christian lady who's trying to be a good godly example for your little beady bastard children. I mean, your little beady children. I said what I said.
He does not go by the name Rachel. Okay.
William,
When Dark Horse called the police on me, she went by the name Rachel. Not one of us would do. What would we?
I've had enough, okay? I am not a person who likes to go there. I like to stay in my peaceful realm, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to offend anybody, but it needs to be said. I'm sick and tired of this. It's got to stop. I don't do anything out here to go and hurt anybody, okay? That's not.
Would you think either one of them? Because she likes to. Reality likes to make. I don't want to be rude. She likes to speak in a condescending way that she's done all, been all, does. She's been around the world and knows all about life, but speaks very condescending to BJ. The only thing is BJ doesn't see it because she's BJ, but also to talk so condescending to people. I mean, just keep in mind, they both sit and say, be the change you want to see. And, oh, I pray and I have a great relationship with the Lord and all that. I'm just saying, when you see your friend having a flip out, the good, kind, godly girlfriend you have is sitting over there sleeping on you, makes one wonder, like, really? Does it really bother you that I'm having a hard time with people that are coming at me right now? I mean, it's just sad. It's sad that your girlfriend's tripping out and all you're doing is sleeping on her. That's just my opinion. Sorry, guys. I actually did. Okay. This is, and let me rephrase this. I don't think it's bad that Craig wants to use his platform for a good purpose, but I think it's really hard for you to sell the point that you're giving them, even somebody who might believe that you are giving spiritual guidance or giving them scriptures that they can take. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I'm saying is you could have done so much with 700 people in there, 400 people in there, 200 people in there to talk about what an amazing God to bless you. And you know what? I think she might not go live as much because we are expecting now. And we've decided that we both may get a part-time job from here on out because we don't want her stressed. Like, as the man, to just be like, but we would like to change our content going forward to be more uplifting and spiritual. So people know, hey, he does want to start doing that content. And now that we know it's kind of hard to sell it when you're 6 months deep. For the last 6 months, you've talked about making Swiss cheese into people, you've talked about everything under the sun. And now you want to wonder why, like, these 10-year-old child that you already have in the home are listening, and you don't think they're saying it amongst their friends out on the playground. Trust me, I've worked when I was 20 years old with kindergarten and first, and the things the kids would come to our school saying, I felt so bad for them. I truly feel so bad that this is the environment. By the way, kids can hear if she really is, while they're in your stomach, they can hear. So while he's cussing up certain words and using profanity, that's, instead of learning songs and languages, he's learning words that are embarrassingly. I mean, it would be one thing if you go, well, he doesn't know any better, but we all know he does. These are a Christian couple, guys. This is a Christian couple.
Are you here?
Got that Bud Light Next. 0 carbs. Like I was saying, I'll crack it like 0 carbs.
What in the world?
Oh, I say cracker, Brittany. Is that racist?
I was about to say that. Yeah, right. All right. So
you can't even talk about your own people. That's okay.
Or telling them that you shaming my you're yeah, and you're freaking you're from the South, making us look like freaking Southerners. You're fitting the stereotype of the damn Southern
I lived in the South for 4 years. The South don't act like her. Honestly, very, very, very few people in this country act like her. They don't act like her in the South. They don't use the South as an excuse to call people names about the male people. They don't use it as a weapon to why we act a fool. We're 2A. My husband carries. People don't act ignorant with that because you believe in the 2A. Unfortunately, she insults a lot of people. She insults Christians. She insults Southerners. She insults women. Women should not be spoke to. Women should not be talked to in this manner. And that's the saddest part, is that she doesn't think any better of herself. So she allows somebody to speak to her like this. And that's fine if she wants that. But she's showing her boys, this is how you treat women. And if she does or doesn't do it in front of her daughter, she's letting her daughter know that it's okay when a man talks to you like this.
Fitting I'm not even saying it right. You are
specifically what I was talking about.
Pleasing the stereotype. Hold on.
So it's not for everybody, because most people are dumbasses, in my opinion. Is that narcissistic?
No.
Is that arrogant?
All right, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to.
She's got nothing to offer a man in her home. She's got nothing to offer children. She's got nothing to offer her friends. She's got nothing to offer her children other than trashing and hurting other people.
Even if you.
That's satanic, man. When all you do is steal, kill, and destroy, and go after other people, you're evil.
Okay. It's funny they talk about what other people are steal, kill, and destroy. But how is that not what you guys are doing? You steal people's joy, steal their hope. I mean, how are you going to sit and tell other people they're demonic when there's nothing wrong with drinking if that's what you do, but when you're doing it and attacking people in your presence? The unfortunate part is that BJ cares so much for her subs that she props them up on a little stool and allows 60-plus-year-olds to be verbally abused by a drunk racist, hypocritical, fake Christian, because they are so older, they don't realize that they're being attacked because they are blinded by the somewhat calmness in her voice that only comes out occasionally. But in all actuality, they're not even hearing her be hateful because she's just got a sweet little draw. She is not full of hate. She just has a sweet, gentle voice. She would never be hateful. Wrong. If you could put one, let's just say one stream, let's just say you don't go there every week or every night of the week. You go for one night and you only listen to 1 hour. In that 1 hour, you've heard him talk about how people, everybody, they're out to get you. We're sick and tired. They're jealous of us. They want us. They want what we got. It's because they're big, famous, just because they all want to be you. Okay, now her. Does she say, hey, can you do me a favor? I've got a live stream and it's pretty serious. No. My opinion is, this is only my opinion, she doesn't want to upset him, that for him to go in the other room, because I don't think that she's like doesn't trust him. I think she just doesn't want, she's just so narcissistic. She just doesn't want him out of her sight because she wants to know exactly what's happening, whether it's bad, good, or indifferent. She just wants to be in control of that home at all times, which unfortunately for them, it's teaching certain people that live in that home, this is how women talk. Women don't talk like that, sweetie. Unfortunately, you're showing these kids what women talk like. Do you not think how grateful they are to go to school and hear sweet, kind teachers, sweet, kind principal, sweet, kind classroom helpers? You don't think they use any of that language with the girls and boys next to them? They just heard mom and dad use it all night. All I'm saying is she needs to think. I was in some of you guys know, I was in an abusive relationship for 10 years. And when I was with my son, he was 3 months old. And I had to make a decision if I was going to bring my son up where I could validate that it's because I loved him. I didn't want to leave. I could validate it. I don't care what anybody says. He loves me, and I know he would never hurt my son. I know you guys don't understand, but he loves me. I got kicked in my back for a good 7 months. Once my stomach started showing, I got kicked in my back instead of my stomach. I had a lot of physical abuse, and none of it changed because I was promised it would stop once the baby comes. Couldn't let the baby cry at all because that was going to disturb his peace. So as once the baby came and he started doing a little bit loud voices, 3 months old, I started figuring out how I was going to get out of there because I wasn't leaving without my son. But I also knew I wasn't staying because I had seen for myself, you're not going to change. I thought you were, and you didn't. And you know what? No one can ever tell me, if it's up to you when you want to do it, if you do it, and if you don't do it. I didn't do it for me. I stayed. I don't know, maybe I didn't think I was worth it to leave. But when I realized I was bringing another child or bringing a child and it's going to be another generation of seeing physical abuse, it was no longer about me. If I wanted my son to have a fighting chance in this world, then he couldn't be around it because he was going to learn to do it to his girlfriend. He was going to learn, grow up and see that this is how you treat women. So in the middle of the night, I ran. 3-month-old little boy in my arms, no job. I mean, some people have a job. Some people have a job. My ex slept with the keys under the pillow to make sure that I didn't. And I ran barefoot, grabbed the keys while he passed out in the bedroom, and he normally had the keys under the pillow. And this one time he didn't have them under the pillow. And I just ran, grabbed my 3-month-old, 3.5, it was almost 4 months, but I was still scared. Didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going or what, anything. But I didn't do it for me. I said all that to say I didn't do it for me. I did it for my son. I don't understand how somebody cannot think about their child. I truly don't understand how you can. In her heart, she may be like, oh, he's not that bad. I literally was with this guy when I was 13. I didn't want to see what he had turned into, but I had to be real with myself. He was abusive, if not physically, verbally, if not verbally, mentally. He would take the wire to work with him so that nobody could call from the house wall phone. The thing is, if she wants to live like this, that's fine. But there's other people in that home that doesn't have an option. They're forced to live in that toxicity day after day after day. And it's beyond sad. It truly is beyond sad.
You're Satan's minion. How many words you had in your stat?
Greg, what'd you say?
How many words you had?
Did y'all hear
How
him?
many words you have in your stat? There,
Well, he said, how many worms have you had up in your snatch?
I ain't getting no Wendy's and Cat and D's. Why you tell me?
It was in there when you walked in there.
I don't know how old it is.
I just got it tonight, but I got the. Craig, can you have patience with me? You won't even let me talk. Craig, the only thing about Craig is he is the quite opposite of politically correct, if you will. And I'm not just talking about political, I'm talking about everything. So we got to be careful with him because he's a sailor. Yeah, we could do it on a gate and all that shit. You have to be very strategic and calculated on my channel. So
I woke up and I guess they were Muslims were talking shit to me.
hold on.
I'm not gonna say anything bad.
Why are they talking shit to you?
Because
And no, you fucking idiots in the background, before you say anything, we are not anti
No.
Islamic.
Mm-mm.
well,
He argues with people all over the world, y'all.
why they care to argue with me? You know what I'm saying? Like I only got a little over 1,000 followers, and it's just some guy making a comment, but they've got to come and just like swarm me.
Oh,
One of the people I follow I keep up with the wars that are going on, like in the Middle East and shit. And one of the guys I followed said, it's nice that Jews and Christians work together. And I made a Bible quote of some Bible verses that the Bible says that Israel will be restored, and that we've talked about it before. They'll have a revival. And God's not forgotten them; He's going to bring it back too.
Yeah.
And talking about unity, I was talking about unity, and then the Muslims. I woke up and the Muslims were saying, I don't even know what they were saying. It didn't really make sense, but they just hated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'll be all right.
They can't.
Somebody's always mad.
They can't stand to see us come together because they're afraid that they're the enemy. You know what I mean? I disagree. I kind of am anti-Islam.
Craig, no, you're not.
Yes, I am, because they I can restucco the house and look like a new house. I got money. I can feel like a retired stripper who's been tipped.
If you have to go into somebody's house, look at that face.
She got some
There.
bitch ass
There you go. You got
She
it.
does. There you go. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
fucking witch.
You know what?
She's got that big ass chin and jaw, just like Blue.
If you have like the
She got that hook nose, really. That
Yeah.
bitch is hooking down.
yeah,
You see it?
yeah.
That's what she's hooked. Her eyes is black. Her hair's black if she didn't bleach it. She's having to hold her dentures in. Oh, that's 3-6 Mafia. We know what kind of boyfriend you're looking for. Oh, yeah. I had a couple gummies. Everything's funny, right? That bitch was funny. With her fucking hook nose. She's the one that had their fucking teeth in her mouth. The dentures.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Does she sound uncomfortable at all? Does BJ sound like, oh my gosh, don't say that, or oh my gosh, that's not. If she truly, let's just pretend she's this, we're all misunderstanding her. She really is a sweet, gentle, caring gal, and whatever that word she likes to use, a frail tulip or some crap like that. Let's just pretend she's that. Does she sound shocked when she hears him speak like this? Does she sound like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's saying that? Or does she sound very, very comfortable with him talking like that. That's the part that's kind of shocking to me, is that she doesn't seem she's bothered by it, which I guess that's the part that's really shocking for me. All right, there's one other video. Hold on one second. Oh, Shrinking Violet. I wasn't even close. Hold up. What does that even mean? I didn't even know what that was. I can't. I must be something that I've never heard of that. All right, another one, and then that's it. I just frustrated by some people's ignorance and frustration, and some people are just so hate filled. It's just so aggravating. Let's see. Where's the list? I thought I had one more. Maybe not. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, the rage one. I think I was going to do this one, just the way she talks.
You fuck face. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Who?
Boofy. Oh no, I'm gonna get no. You're not gonna get canceled. You're fucking taking yourself out. Like
You said you did.
YouTube is gonna have. I mean, this only a matter of time. And nobody. Buzzy can't stand you. Granny don't like you.
This is a perfect example. If you were, I know some people don't want to hear, like, this is my version. This is my view of it. Let's pretend that she is this Christian. Can you imagine being so hateful that you're telling, aside from telling Nana, their prayers didn't mean anything. They don't really like you. Why would you even go over there? Their prayers mean nothing. And now you have somebody who you're going to sit there and say they don't even like you. I mean, I guess my part, I mean, it's not a big deal when you hear somebody else say it. Like if I heard somebody like, let's say my girlfriend Liz started out on the internet, she had a YouTube channel, and she said it. Well, she doesn't claim to be, I'm a Christian, and they just attack my religion. But when this person sits and this is what her little motto is, they don't like me because of my religion. They don't like us because we're Christians. They're just attacking it. And then you see such vileness. That's the part that makes me so aggravated. To sit there and go, they don't like you and she doesn't like you. She said, I swear to you, she says that about Nonsense. She says that about Julie. She says that about Queen. She says that about Truth. She says that about Clue. According to her, nobody likes any of them. I mean, she says that about Granny. She says that about everybody. They don't even like you. They don't. How do you know who everybody likes? That's what I would like to know. How do you know? But I mean, I don't want to be mean because this is kind of mean to say, but at the end of the day, the only person that has shown to have so many people not like them is unfortunately you, BJ. Not only do your mods, your friends, for God's sakes, even your kids and your spouse or your boyfriend, he's not defending you because he doesn't want people attacking you. Because let me explain something to you, BJ. Let's pretend he's this big, brave guy. I don't want nobody attacking my wife anymore. She's pregnant. From here on out, I'm going to get a job because you are done. For the last year and a half, I think I've said this 3 or 4 times. What man would allow their wife to get online or their girlfriend to get online and be verbally made fun of, pictures made fun of? And it's just like, hey, go ahead. You're going to go live again? You're going to do another stream? You're going to go live tonight? Are you going to do some more? What man doesn't feel sickened to say, hey, babe, I don't forget this. I'll work doubles at work. I'll work doubles. We can make it without going online. You do not deserve this. And instead, it's go ahead, go live again, do another stream. Can we do some more? I mean, I get it when people are giving you the in your eyes free money, but you have to, at some point, and this is just a heart to heart, girl to girl. I mean, I wouldn't really call you a woman, so I'm going to get down and say a girl to girl. We're both females. Don't you have to ask yourself, if he's having you get online and be verbally attacked, pictures, videos made fun of, because they're all lies, right? Okay. They're not true. Many people have gone live about you. Not true. All of your mods and ex-friends lie about you. All not true. It's just you and him against the world. Wouldn't you think that he would want to protect you to not get all this hate? I mean, just a tiny bit, a teeny tiny bit, because I mean, realistically, everybody wants to be y'all, and you would think that he would want to protect his like love of a lifetime. I don't want nobody making fun of my girl because I love her so much. Stay in the house, stay warm. I'll go outside and I'll check on the well. Don't you worry. He even fixed the well, and she said she was out there all day. You know what? I don't want to say this because I don't know your life. I know that my first husband I told you guys about, my first husband that used to beat the living crap out of me, used to make me go outside because when he was fixing the brakes, or if he had to do an oil change, you know what he told me? If he had to be out there, so did I. And when you said that you were out there with him the whole day, you know what I thought to myself? I would like to think that you offered it to stay out there and not that he made you, because that's what my ex used to have to make me do. He took the phone wire. I couldn't go anywhere unless if he wasn't with me. I mean, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. But I said all that to say this. You're the only one that knows if he's that knight in shining protective man who protects you at all costs. When the fuse blew, he accidentally slipped up and said dumb F. He called you I don't even know. I don't want to say he called you a dumb fuck because I couldn't imagine, but maybe he did. He called you a dumb fuck, or he said like a dumbass or something to that effect. Aside from the fact that he's carrying one of your child, you're his wife. Like, what man sits there as you're waiting on him, serving him his beers and his drinks and checking the well and checking the breakers, and then making the kids their dinner and getting online and grifting for money or pimping out for money or begging for money? Like, you literally go to the dump and take the trash to the dump. I mean, so his contribution to your life is you became a breeder for him, basically. I mean, in the way y'all talk, I would never speak like that. But if I used normal tone the way I would normally say it, y'all probably wouldn't recognize it because you aren't used to normal conversations like, oh, that's so sweet. You guys are, having a beautiful baby in such an older age. I'd be so concerned. Instead, it's something that is very, very scary. It's not just that the environment is scary. It's your age is scary. It's that all of this around 2 little ones currently is bad enough, but to put it around another one when he doesn't even check the breaker, you think he's going to burp the baby, change the baby, lay the baby down, nurse the baby, help the baby. All I can say is only you know what you're living with. But from the sounds of this guy right here, he doesn't sound like he's that loving, let me take over.
Who else? We know Jay doesn't. Nobody likes.
What's it? All these guys, the hillbillies.
and even the people in the chat,
chaps and the hillbillies.
they don't like him either. That's why he was bitching yesterday about nobody will come to his channel unless he does drama. That's it. You got to do drama to get people to come to your channel.
You got to trash women.
Freaking weird.
You got to trash
no
women.
Good for nothing.
You got to trash.
He's saying you have to trash women. Do you think that he really doesn't know what he does? Or do you think, because I'm trying to figure out why she doesn't say, I mean, once in a great while, you'll hear her say, hold on, Craig, let me finish. So she must be okay with all the other stuff he says. Because when he starts speaking disgusting, she doesn't say, hey, these 75-year-old people out in my audience don't deserve to hear this. Hey, I'm going to go to the car because, or even, I don't know, possibly, maybe she does when it's muted, but he continues on. So clearly he doesn't respect not only your desires, but he doesn't respect you as the breadwinner. Like, oh my gosh, I just about bit my tongue. Can you imagine? This one is for you, Craig, and this is probably the only thing I'm going to say to you. You literally have a 38-year-old lady who's not liked online that you impregnated is your breadwinner. Like, I feel almost dirty with that whole sentence because I can sit there and almost assume that the kids in the neighborhood or the teachers kind of like feel bad for the kids when they send them home, because I was one of the teachers and I would see these kindergarten or the first graders and their dads would come and I would think to myself, like, God, can you imagine his wife? I feel so bad for her. And then I hear how you talk to people online, BJ, and I truly don't feel bad for you like I did at one time. I feel bad that you are in such denial that you think that you're still like you're a godly woman or you represent Christian women, Southern Christian women, because you don't. On behalf of me living in the South, I can't say I'm a full Southerner because I moved back to Michigan. I wasn't there long enough. But on behalf of the Christian women in the Midwest, you're not, you don't represent us. On behalf of women that take care of our children and that we were in an abusive DV relationship, we don't leave our kids behind, ever, ever. There's nothing, there's no fine dick down the road that could ever be more appealing than the smile on my children's face when they walk through the door, or sitting at the table, just us three when we had nobody else. Nothing, nobody is worth what my kids brought to my life. And I didn't even care that I was going to be alone or I wasn't going to be alone. No man is worth leaving my kids behind. Not, I'm going to go get us safety and I'll come back for you, because this is what I always thought. He swore to me he would never hit me, never, ever lay a hand on me. And as I had busted lips, black eyes I couldn't even open, as my green and black eye turned eventually purple and went away, he swore to me that wasn't going to happen. So why would I think that he's not going to do it to those kids that are aggravated, annoying, that want to eat, that want things that are loud and noisy? Why would they be all of a sudden safe? Because nobody's safe with a sick, deranged, drunk, abusive man. Nobody. Not a pregnant woman, not a regular woman, not a child, not even his own children. And until you realize that, every day you put them in danger simply by being in his presence. And I feel bad for you, because it's more about having a fine man than being alone, because then you'd have to work. And I don't understand, because you work anyways. So you're just choosing to put them in this environment. Yeah, that's kind of strange that you consider what you have as the winning end on that deal. I feel kind of bad, but then I remember how shitty you treated Katie Proudfoot, how Kylie Rodney's mom came in there and asked you to leave her daughter's name out of your mouth, and you told her to go fuck herself. And then I remember how you talked to Clue and laughed at Clue so much that you thought it was funny that the video where you guys kept rewinding it had increased, and that they should be happy that you gave them a whole bunch of views in that one area. I hear how you talk about people that you don't even know You laugh about how Queen strangled her kids or how people you don't even know. And then I remind myself that reminds me, you're just getting karma. You're getting what you have given to other people. And the godly woman in me prays for you that you get the kids out of there. That's it. Not really for you, because you're not really the one in danger. Those kids are. So I feel bad for you that there's I don't want to say that the karma's kicking that door in, but it kind of kicked it in and it just hung out for a while now. You're going to probably have a good, you think he's going to stop asking you to make his dinner, get his drink because you're pregnant or because you're big and bigger and more pregnant? Nah. If he didn't stop over the winter when the power went out, I mean, do you think he's all of a sudden going to have a awakening? No, baby. Trust me. From one that was with one like that, it doesn't stop. And you're fooling yourself. And I do feel bad for that. I feel bad for that those boys that you have are thinking this is acceptable. Because this is what I told myself. My son, if I stay with my ex, will only get his ass kicked, because what if he's dating a girl and he tries to put his hands on her and then she grabs a pan and knocks him over the head? Or if she's got an older brother that comes to kick my son's ass. So when my son was 3 months old, I ran out of that house barefooted because my son deserved a fighting chance. My son deserved to know that you don't treat women like this. And unfortunately, like I said, this is your karma. I feel bad for only one thing. I don't know when it's going to change. That's it. Like I said, Kylie Rodney's mom, Katie Proudfoot, I see all of them and it makes me not feel bad. I do. That sounds really awful. As a Christian, because I do consider myself a Christian woman, I feel bad because in my heart, I'm not supposed to have that feeling to somebody. But then again, I hear you attack. You're all proof stoof and nobody likes you. And then and right when I'm starting to feel kind of bad, I go, yeah, you know what? I just don't. I feel bad that I don't feel bad. If that's possible, I feel bad that I don't feel bad for you. It's deserving because sometimes the life hands us exactly what we gave out. Let's see. What does my friend have to say? I hope Julie got her. I do too. I think Julie's a riot. I think Julie's a hoot. I think Julie is just man, her latest video of her dancing is everything. You guys, her video of her dancing is the Solid Gold Dancers. It's so great. Let's see. You guys, does any of my mods know how to drop the channel? I'm sure that Olaf does, but I don't know if anybody else. I want to go get it because you guys are going to crack up. Or maybe I'm just showing my age. But just know when I go to this video that Julie is life. Okay. You guys, just know that Julie rocks.
Dancers. These were some of the solid gold dancers. They had different ones over the years. These are the kinds of poses they used to do a lot. Look at this with the leg out and this, and the man here. A lot of like this kind of thing. Like sorry, I have my chair in my way.
Can I make
move the chair out of the way. I'm replicating the solid gold moves. Okay, here's the inspiration. 8 seasons, starting 1980. Images. Look, Dionne Warwick was on solid gold. Here comes the thing. Maybe the dancers are gonna come out now. Here. It's not very good. Look, they're always be on the floor, writhing around. Always in the unitards, always on the floor, dancing around. Look at them. What is she doing here? What is this lady doing? I thought this was cool. Look at that guy. What's he doing? This shit's crazy. It's wild. A little sexed up a little bit. Oh, that's a good move. Okay, here we go. This is my dream true right now. Pretending I'm a solid gold dancer, just like I did when I was a kid, because I always wanted to be a solid gold dancer. I'm not getting. Should I get on the floor? It'd probably be better if I'm on the floor. Can you see me on the floor? Here. Oh yes, I can get on the floor. Hold on. Let me get on the floor. You guys can see me? Okay, wait. Let me turn up to this side because this shoulder's not so good. Okay, wait. First they crawl. Okay, they crawl. They're gonna have the leg out, and they're gonna do a crawl like this, and it's gonna be like real, like sexy, like men or women, doesn't matter who, man or woman, same outfit, unitard, going like this, right? Like this. They would put their leg out like this. Hold on, like this, not voguing, but like more flowy, you know, like solid gold, na 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 na, solid gold. Here, wait, hold on, solid gold, do do do, solid, and then they would always like end with da na 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 na. Oh shit, that was a bad move. Solid gold, you know, like with some stupid showy thing at the end, but or like that lady with her leg out like this and her neck out. Clip this shit, right? Oh my god, look at how I had to get up. That's pathetic. My muscles hurt.
Julie is a hoot. I don't know how to get. She is so funny. If you guys aren't subbed up, please sub up to Julie. Olap is freaking hilarious. God, there's such great humor, you guys. Good channels. If anybody in there's coming in the replay, go and check out Olap. Go and check out Julie. You just got to laugh more in this world where our lives aren't long enough to take so serious. And that is true. Zero. You know, sometimes the Lord gives us insight on what's going on in those homes so we can help and prevent certain people from being around. Just steer clear of them. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys. I know it was kind of an all over. I mainly wanted to just remind you guys, like, that isn't what she portrays is not truly what true. She doesn't represent mothers. She doesn't represent Christians, and she doesn't represent Southerners. And that's unfortunate to say, because I don't mean to be mean. That's the last thing. I don't, like I said, at one time, you guys, I was a different person. I had no problem fighting with people in a bar because that's what I did. I had no problem going the rounds with the best of them. But I mean, at my age, I don't have any desire to be mean to her, but I don't think she understands that how many people she's hurting. And that's what we can take away from this, is that she sees the lives that she's ruining. She's got kids there that are seeing such disgustingness. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Sorry. Our members, you're more than welcome to member up. We have our links. Whatever you guys want to do. I'll probably be cooking this week. My allergies are still here. So I apologize, but thank you so much. Zero, you guys have fun. Olap, Zero, thank you guys. Have a blessed night. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. Let's see. Yeah, Joe's gone for the night. Or not, Joe's been gone for the day. He should be back for tonight. I don't know when he's going back. Maybe we'll go live later when he comes home. I don't know. All right. I love you guys. Stay blessed, you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.